Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys, and well, fuck, you know what we do. You know who we are. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about the Spider-Man trailer. Spider-Man trailer was actually dropped earlier on Jimmy Kimmel Live. A lot of things showing up on Jimmy Kimmel, December 8th, 2016. After actually showing off earlier in the week, I believe on the 6th, a short 18-second teaser, like literally drop in the bucket teaser. Then they went ahead. They said that there was going to be the full trailer that was out. It was released out. Everybody saw it, ourselves included. Granted, it is a few days late, but we are going to talk about it. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts? The floor is open.
So, Iron Man 7. Okay. No. Just fucking around. Looking forward to this. I'm really satisfied that they're not going to be telling the story all over again. We all know it. They've done it twice already in two different, versions. But they don't need to do it again. This takes place after Civil War. We know who Spider-Man is. They're not going to insult us like that. This is just basically a continuation from him from that point. And yeah, and Iron Man's in it, so Iron Man 7.
Yep. What about you, Gray Mouse? What are your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, pretty much the same as the theme, So it seems like Spider-Man is back from the Civil War. He went back to school. I'm not sure if it was the next day or not, but whatever. But yeah, so we get to see him in school, and of course Tony Stark showed up. I'm really excited about the villains. I can't wait to find out what they do with the Vulture. I don't think the Vulture has been on the silver screen yet, and the Tinker. I'm sorry. So I'm very interested in that. That's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. So I'm looking forward to that. It'd be interesting if we could get a couple more the old school villains, but that remains to be seen. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny thinking about like watching this particular one. A lot of people are looking forward to it, and one of the things that really kind of struck me going ahead and watching the trailer was like, first thing that came to mind after I finished up was like, how the fuck did Tobey Maguire ever pass as a fucking high school student? All right, because the first thing they show is like them sitting back in high school, and they look like high school students. Okay, I went ahead and I looked back at the old Spider-Man movie. All right, the one that everybody loves, and Spider-Man 2 and everything else. I'm sorry, but
Spider-Man 2.
Well, Spider-Man 1, when he's sitting there in the cafeteria before he gets into the fight with Flash. All right, they've got Flash sitting there, and he looks like a fucking SNL fucking cast member, right? These guys are obviously like, mid to late 20s, maybe even 30-year-olds trying to play fucking teenagers, and it just fucking shows. All right. With this particular one, they're teenagers actually playing teenagers, which, guess what, is actually rather refreshing, especially considering the context that they're taking us back to.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, look. Yes, the old Spider-Man movies did the whole 90210 type of thing, or which I call it 902 No Negroes. Yeah, that they took all these 20 and 30-year-olds and just put them into certain situations. But this time, as Reverend said, they have actually people around the correct age playing those people. So that's very interesting.
Yeah.
How did Tobey Maguire pass as a high schooler?
I'm serious, man. I'm just saying, Well,
it's funny because I didn't think about that till now, because I was just like, he's Peter Parker and he's going to be throwing webs pretty soon. That's what everybody pretty much cared about. No one gave a fuck about anything else. Oh, he got bit by the spider. Oh yeah, he's got the powers, and okay, he's shooting webs out of his skin. Wait, huh?
No, that particular part, not making him dependent on like mechanical web shooters and stuff like that, I didn't mind. Okay,
but he was running out of web like he was in part 2.
The thing about spiders themselves run out of web.
Understood, but it was a whole mental thing.
I think the thing that got me was that I really didn't notice how old they were until I rewatched the movie or tried to rewatch the movie just
What,
a
they
little
were like,
while
what, 16 years ago?
ago. Yeah, yeah. And the thing is that when we first watched the movie, it was long fucking time ago, like back in 1999, 2000,
Mm-hmm.
when the first one came out. So yeah, it's really kind of funny to go ahead and pick through that stuff. Now, not that the newer movie coming up isn't going to walk away without certain themes and iconic imagery that has already been used up in the previous movies. Like when he's sitting there trying to hold together that boat by all those webs, it just reminded me of the train scene all over again.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
the train scene where his arm should have ripped apart.
Yeah, yeah. His arm should have popped off of his body. And on top of that, you're sitting there, you're telling me that this is New York in the new millennium, and nobody was sitting there with fucking cameras trying to take pictures of them. Oh, we'll all keep your identity secret. Bullshit. The old white Jewish dude who's sitting there saying that might be, but the brother in the back who's working for fucking TMZ, he's not. All right, that's just how it is. Okay. So yeah.
That something like that better not happen here. He better not have his mask pop off and everyone finds out who he is due to some guard. The only one that better know his identity is Tony Stark in this movie.
That's already failed. That's already failed.
Yeah, they already.
No. I know someone else found out.
Yeah.
One of his friends. I get that. But I'm talking about.
Which I disagree with 100%.
Wait, I'm talking about Aunt May. I'm talking about somebody
in
inclination
the
of what's up.
Somebody in the public.
Right. Or Mary Jane, or something, or his love interest, someone like that. Friends, I can accept. Tony Stark, I can accept. Because friends can actually back him up when he's doing certain things, and no, he's not. No, that's not him. That's not Spider-Man. That can actually come up. But a love interest finding out, no. And then the bad guy finds out about him and his love interest and starts fucking with his family. It's funny how it looks like that's happening. So I hope to God that they don't fucking go there.
They will, because there's a line that Michael Keaton said, "You don't know who you messing with.
Yeah.
I will kill you and everybody who you love." I'm just saying.
So that means he has to die.
Yeah. Which I'm going to say right now, okay, as far as villains go in the Marvel Universe, not a lot of them, they tend not to be very strong on screen. And the thing is that I like Michael Keaton a lot, and I know that he can play a bad guy.
Oh, no doubt about that. I'm not saying that. No.
My issue is that if they're going to set it up like that, and it turns out that he ends up like dying at the end of the movie, I think that is just a supreme fucking waste of an opportunity.
That's gotta happen.
It's going to happen because it's a cinematic universe. You can't.
There's hardly anyone that's survived.
Yeah.
In this Marvel Cinematic Universe thus far.
The villains
besides
are
what? Besides Loki.
Baron Zemo.
Yeah, Zemo's locked up, but everybody else has passed away, or their plans got thwarted. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's just that a lot of their villains they tend to go ahead and make them disposable, and I don't think.
It's no different from the old Spider-Man movies either.
But let me ask you a question: do you really think that there's enough?
Right in the old Spider-Man movies.
Wait,
that was an issue with the old Spider-Man movies also.
That's what I mean.
Wait, I got a question. Do you think there's enough interest in having the Vulture and the Tinker come back in Spider-Man 2?
I'll ask you this. Do you think there was enough interest in Guardians of the Galaxy when they decided to go ahead and put them on screen?
No. We're talking about villains. We're not talking about...
No. But the Reverend's talking about in general.
my point stands. The thing is that they presented them really, really fucking well, and everybody loved them for that. If they present these villains really, really well, also, then people will love them for that too. Okay.
It won't happen. There's never been where a villain is in, except you're talking about Lord of the Rings, of course. You know, there's villains that
are you talking about any superhero type of universe?
No,
or
but I'm
just
talking
Marvel?
like the current.
Loki.
Well, that's because
He didn't even show up a lot in Thor's own fucking comic book.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
No,
Loki
I understand perfectly what you're saying.
In the other one, Loki was not really considered a villain at that point. Was he?
Yes.
He was a villain in the first Thor movie. What are you talking about?
Yes, but what I'm saying is,
he was the reasons why the Avengers actually happened.
Okay, you got me. Whatever.
No, all I'm saying is that
it's okay. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is that look, with all of these characters, okay, and this has been Marvel's forte since the very inception of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, remember, Iron Man at one time, before they decided to go ahead and put him up on screen, during the 3 years leading up to that, they were thinking about canceling his fucking comic book. Okay, he wasn't a popular fucking Marvel character. All right, well known enough for comic book fans, and then they went ahead and they put him on screen. Guess what? He's now the spine of the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Captain America. First thing people were saying is that hokey motherfucker, that stars and stripes fucking can kicking Broadway singing bitch. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make him a fucking hero. You know, that's pretty old fashioned. Okay, and then they went ahead. Turns out they did it really, really well. Okay, and
everybody was more excited of the Hulk than those two.
Yeah,
and
or Thor. You have a dude who's basically the Greek, the Norse god of thunder. All right, throws lightning bolts. He's a god. Okay, when has there ever been a god popular in fucking pop culture in the last 50 years?
You see, the thing about, okay, you have, all right, people, all right, what Grey Mouse was saying was this: Iron Man, Obadiah Stane, he dies. Iron Man 2, you have Whiplash, he dies. You know, Iron Man 3, yeah, they keep killing motherfuckers off, and not actually keeping, you know, cinematic bad guys. And that's been going on, you know, basically for a while. Ultron was a fucking robotic mess, got killed off. And so I do understand to that standpoint where Grey Mouse is coming from, as far as saying, okay, yeah, are they going to keep the bad guys here? But what the Reverend is saying is this: if these bad guys perform to the point where it's just like, fuck, I want to see them again, then maybe it will be a mistake to kill them off just to kill them off. You know, it's just, I mean, look, so Lex Luthor is in almost every fucking incarnation in Superman, except for Man of Steel. And Superman 3, which was not even fucking relevant.
I think the thing with my fear with this,
but they didn't kill him off.
Yeah, my fear with this particular one is that, you know, if they end up with a good villain, okay, you don't want to sit there and remove them from the picture completely. All right, it's one thing if you have somebody like Obadiah Stane, the Ironmonger. Okay, the thing is that in the comic books, guess what? When Tony Stark resolved everything with Obadiah Stane, they had the big showdown between Iron Man and Ironmonger. Obadiah Stane died. He ended up actually taking his own life. So guess what? It falls in line. Okay. When you have, it would be like there being a Batman movie, the Joker showing up, and then the Joker dying at the end. Right?
Well, that actually happened.
I know they did that in the 1989 movie, but guess what? As far as the many flaws that one has, that's probably one of the biggest ones. Okay. it's just, if they do the character right, then hopefully there's room for them to stick around. I would hate for them to sit there and squander the chance of asking Michael Keaton back to go ahead and reprise a role that he's probably going to kill it in. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Gray Mouse, you got to elaborate. Don't just sit back there and no, you're fucking pissing me off. You got to elaborate. Okay, seriously.
No, I agree. I disagree 100%. They're going to kill the fucker off, and they're going to go on to the next villain.
Because who's to say that they're not going to make any more Spider-Man movies after this with Sony and Marvel Studios?
Oh, they will. It's going to make.
I thought they already got like 2 planned already, 3 planned.
They will.
Be a series.
This thing's probably going to make over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. This will make about 8 times of what Ghostbusters make. So easily. So it's like the loss that they took on Ghostbusters and all that shit, they're gonna make it back here and then some.
Yeah.
They're
hoping that this is gonna be their big tentpole.
The problem is
merchandise and everything off of it.
The problem is that we know that Jack Nicholson played a outstanding Joker, and they killed him off. So I don't think that it lies within the actors whether they do.
Well, they kind of killed off the Batman series too.
Because Michael Keaton.
Let him finish.
Because Michael Keaton, I mean, he could blow it out of the water, and they still kill him off at the end. There will not be. No, he will not return in the next one.
I am hoping that they change that pattern with this particular one. All right, because like I said, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, by and large, is in dire need of real good, strong villains. Okay, because the thing is that here's the thing. We're running into what's going to cause genre fatigue isn't the overabundance of movies. It's going to be the overabundance of movies ending the same exact
way, right?
Each and every fucking time. Okay.
With villains dying.
Yeah, or oh, this threat is gone. There's not a chance of them ever coming back up or popping back up. Over the last few movies, the only one that hasn't followed that same exact pattern has been Captain America: Civil War. Okay, Zemo was left alive at the end. Okay, and here's the thing with any Marvel villain, especially any sort of comic book villain, if they're left alive at the end, it's just like the villain capturing the hero, putting him in a fucking death trap, saying his whole fucking plan, and then exiting out the door. Okay.
I think the one that pissed me off was Red Skull.
Yeah, the Red Skull. Yeah, he should have been able to stick around.
He got teleported somewhere. That pissed me off.
That was a bull. How are you going to? That is fucking the #1 enemy of Captain America. It just blows my mind. But no, the problem is this: is that you have to tell a story within 2 hours. Now, when you're talking about your television series or your cartoons, it can be continued. And I understand why the villain always escapes or whatever, like Megatron always escapes, or the villains always escape, the Penguin always escapes because they, you got to continue that series. But with movies, you don't have that luxury, so to speak, to do that. So what people like, I think, or what they think people like, is a conclusion, a start, and a finish of one part of the story. They don't want that reoccurring villain in each.
The problem that we have, though, is that Marvel has successfully sat there and trained its whole audience over the course of the last 12 fucking movies that this particular movie, its story does not end self-contained in this spot.
Yeah.
Characters are going to continue on, and they're going to be connected to something else. Mm-hmm. So that particular rule within the structure of what Marvel is trying to build doesn't exactly apply
to superheroes, but villains it does.
No, it doesn't. All right.
That's why I used the whole Lex Luthor analogy, because
the reason why people like Loki was spared was because they were going to be featured in the next movie. They're part of the bigger picture.
But that's the thing. The next Spider-Man movie can do the same thing. Not Infinity War, but the next Spider-Man movie.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So that could actually happen
Mm-hmm.
in the realms of making sense.
I mean, if you get
because the Winter Soldier didn't. Thank goodness they didn't kill off the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I mean,
as far as we knew, they did.
I mean, you know, if you sit there, you continue on within the general realm of things and talk about Spider-Man. Okay, this is all right. This is obviously much outside the scope of thinking about the trailer and everything. Is that, you know, if Sony still has if they have, I know that they have the old plans of the Sinister Six and everything else. The reason why they couldn't ever get there was that, guess what? The financial returns that they were hoping for with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't reach half of what they needed even to go ahead and continue establishing those particular villains. All right, they got like 3 out of the 6 on screen, and that was it. They didn't get any further. All right, if they go ahead and they decide to follow that same sort of path, or if you know, as far as it goes with a lot of the classic villains for Spider-Man, then it's not going to hurt to sit there and keep any of these guys around. Okay, and it's also not outside the realm of what we're talking about. Because let's be honest, are we expecting Spider-Man to sit there and kill anybody in his movies?
No,
Spider-Man doesn't do that.
Yeah. What is he gonna sit there? Is he gonna drop a building on somebody, even on accident or anything like that? Is he gonna sit there and spider web somebody up to like an atomic bomb or an ICBM that shoots off into the fucking stratosphere that's gonna go off in low orbit in space?
Well, see, look, the thing is that Spider-Man didn't kill Venom in the other previous movies. Spider-Man didn't kill the Green Goblin either, but they killed him off. Not indirect. Spider-Man didn't directly kill him, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Vulture part of the Sinister Six?
Yes.
So that would be the only out. That the reason why the Vulture gets thrown in jail for later to become, you know, they may have a Spider-Man, you know, a Sinister Six movie coming out, and that would be, oh my god, dude.
It depends. I don't know if that's in the plan. I'm just saying, you know, back to the
well, we just have to wait and see when this one is successful.
Yeah,
it will be. People will see this movie.
Oh, we're gonna go see it.
Yeah, like I said, you know, I'm just hoping that, you know, as far as the things that I would like to see happen in this particular movie, okay, because I'm pretty sure that the stuff that they're going to go ahead and they're going to offer, and all the stuff that they've shown so far, I don't have any big reservations with it. Okay, coming back to the trailer, I absolutely fucking loved it. Okay, watched it multiple fucking times at work, all right, and everything. Watched it a few times before we even started this video. Okay, you know, I'm looking forward to the movie. My biggest fear is that, you know, you have this powerhouse lineup of people who are sitting there supporting this movie, and then you're just going to go ahead and use some of the best ones, potentially some of the best ones, as one-offs. Okay. Granted, I know that MCU is getting pretty fucking big, all right, and we always have to sit there and be mindful of cast members and everything else, but you know.
See, one of the other things is that Spider-Man isn't going to be doing things totally alone here. Iron Man's going to be there.
Yeah.
I don't think Iron Man is going to play much of a part in this.
Not much of a part, but he's still going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's going to try to guide Spider-Man because he's young.
Flying and swinging at the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
So he's going to be there.
He's not gonna be there enough for where it's gonna be made into
right.
Oh yeah, it's a Spider-Man movie through and through. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Spider-Man movie. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things where I like what they're doing with this. I have a fear that they're gonna take, you know, possibly one of the best actors that they've ever gotten onto any of their films as a villain.
So
and they're just going to go ahead and make him disposable.
I got a question now. Do you think that that the way they're going with this, the Spider-Man, do you think they're going to, since we already kind of know, they're not going to reboot Spider-Man's origins because it's already been done. Do you think they're just going to go into it to where, okay, here's the Vulture and here's the Tinkerer? I would rather them do that than have, them become the Vulture and them become the Tinkerer. I would rather them just kind of, I don't know, show up. You know what I mean?
Instead of doing, but the thing about it is that question has to do with them telling Spider-Man's story and concurrently telling the bad guy story at the same time.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that this time. Spider-Man is already there. So we just they don't need to thrust the bad guy at us, but they just need to show the rise and the decline and then the stage into the bad guy. And they can do that in 15 minutes.
Yeah. And since they don't need to go ahead and establish, Spider-Man's origin, they can actually dedicate a little bit more time to fleshing out the villain as an actual fucking character instead of some sort of disposable cardboard cutout.
Right.
True. I mean, because they can't really just throw in, because, you got these other people that enjoy the Marvel movies but don't have a comic book or the nerd background like we do. They didn't know,
to your point,
why the Vulture came and why the Tinkerer became we know that. We don't need that. But you got these other people on the other side that's just going in, it's a Marvel movie, so I can understand to an extent. They don't, like I said, they don't need to spend 45 minutes on a backstory for the villains.
See, to your point, they just can't thrust these motherfuckers in the movie without even knowing why they're there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they can't take an hour to explain why they're there. They need to get through it as soon as possible so we can see the rise and fall, the conflict, the climax, all that shit. They need to do it at a certain pace so motherfuckers will be like, okay, get to the action, get to the end, if you're gonna bury this, then get to the dirt. It's already down there. It's already 6 feet under. Put the dirt. No, they need to do this correctly. So to your point, Gray Mouse, they don't need to tell Spider-Man, we know that, but they need to ease us with the bad guys to have us emotionally involved as to why they're there.
Well, one thing I think when I got so annoyed earlier was the fact that majority of the movies that we've gone and seen, they pretty much, we go origin story, we go why he became the villain, and then he's killed off at the end. That has happened over and over and over and over again.
It didn't happen in Doctor Strange.
And it's really frustrating that they do that. It really is. I mean, because there's so much. I mean, to me, this is just my personal opinion. If they do this shit right, you can have, I'm talking about decades of movies made on this whole, because Marvel is huge. You can have decades of material to do, but it seems like they're cutting themselves short and leaving money on the table by doing it the way they are now. I mean, I just don't want them to feel like, I just don't want it to feel like a rushed movie. Not a rushed movie, but like, okay.
In certain defenses, there's certain enemies that just can't live. Courtesy of what they do or what they're capable of.
I understand that, but like in the written media, like comic books or whatever, these, I just hate the fact that the hero and the villain meet the first time and the villain dies.
Well, that's like, okay, when it comes to
book, they meet several times and they have several clashes over several decades or whatever. Then, something unfortunate happens and the villain dies.
You see, that's like, okay, crossing over to the DC, General Zod had to die. Doomsday had to be obliterated somehow.
You can't kill that guy, dude.
But that's the point. They had to get them off screen. Them motherfuckers aren't coming back. You know that it would.
Yeah, I understand, but that's my frustration with
But
the.
Lex Luthor can leave and come back and escape from jail or
The thing is,
whatever.
why can't Doomsday? Doomsday has a
No.
story behind there too.
Wait. The story was Doomsday going to start talking?
No, I mean, but there's
There's
still
no character there.
there's still plots there though.
No, there's no character. There's just fighting, and that's it. Trying to destroy a city, and that. No, we got Godzilla for that.
Godzilla. Anyway, yeah, okay.
I'm not even gonna touch that one. I'm really not. Yeah. In any case.
I think we beat this horse. It's dead.
Yeah. You know, there's, like I said, I would like to see some villains come back. All right. You know, and I do hear what you said, especially about Mads Mikkelsen and Doctor Strange. All right. He just kind of showed up and then he got sucked up into the vortex, only to pop up in the Hideo Kojima game. But that's another story altogether. All right. What are your thoughts, folks, on the Spider-Man trailer? I know you weren't expecting to sit there and see three guys go ahead and go on for over half an hour on it, but that's what you got with this particular video. We'd like to see your comments. See your comments. Go ahead and plunk them in below. If you're so kind, hit that like button, hit subscribe. It gives us reason to go ahead and run off on these ramblings. All right.
We'll do it anyway, even if you don't like it. We're still gonna. I mean,
yeah. Flip flop, sorry, you go. All right. We're the middle-aged guys, and we just been bullshitting about this first Spider-Man trailer for over 30 fucking minutes. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Spider-Man. Can it be good? Yes, it can. So I hope so. Shit. Bring it. Credits.
If it's not, I'm going to hang myself with some web.